So I'm scared if Fireflux eventually, decides to bootcamp in Asia and, get ready for the actual tournament.
I mean, again, next tournament, M6, who knows, right? Who knows? But we're now in the pick and ban phase. SRG is going to be first pick. Fireflux is going to be on the second pick. And, yeah, I was going to say something as well about them not having the practice time.
Yeah.
Maybe with how good they're looking, perhaps Turkey is actually a pretty competitive region because without training, they're this good, right? Maybe their own region, like, don't talk down your own region. It might be an amazing region.
I think that's why part of really what stuck out with me from the video there was that they've stuck together for 2 years, right?
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a lesson that teams around the world that might not even be in these developed regions for Mobile Legends can take note of. Stay together even if you don't have the ability to go and practice against everyone else, but learn to play together, get that synergy down, and that's what we see so far from Fireflux Esports against, again, a team who right now stands undefeated for 100 days.
I guess the argument there is that
Ling Ban by
individually the members of Fireflux are actually pretty good. Like I think that's if you stay together as a team and some of you are already struggling, maybe that's when you can break up. But this team, they're actually individually really good. So that's what really excites me about Fireflux. And eventually, that is going to be the Ling ban. This is the draft configuration that SRG, I believe, will take the Louis.
The thing is, Skies is amazing on the tank junglers as well. So I feel like even without the Ling, he's not forced on a pick like Hayabusa or Lancelot. They have options. They're banning out the Valentina this time, and I feel like, again, it's very good because you got to give respect to Rosa because the playmaking capabilities coming in from this mid laner is truly terrifying. They should ban out the Louis here. If not, I'm guessing they're going to ban out the Roger, and then SRG would just pick up one or the other. Or you want to let both of them open and ban the Moskov.
Yeah, Angela's still open too.
I mean, without the Ling, though.
Without the Ling, but like I think it could still fit into some compositions. True. Especially if, for example, SRG's plan is maybe to pick the Claude again for Innocent here. Okay, whoa, Fanny. Okay.
I mean, again, like I said, it puts Skies on the map.
Yep. So this is definitely the configuration that you first pick the Louis, your SRG. Or maybe not. I think knowing that Fireflux is not a team that actually prioritizes that, so maybe they can get Harith or Roger first.
I feel like they want to pick up the Moskov for Fireflux.
Oh, yeah. I agree. Especially if Roger was the first. Actually, in both scenarios, Moskov looks good. So it should be in that.
I mean, they could go greedy and pick up Roger or Moskov, right? Forcing Innocent on the Harith. And then eventually picking out something like Aurora to fight back.
Yeah.
SRG is thinking hard about this one.
Yeah. As they should. But I believe, if I were to guess, this will be Harith. Oh, I mean, Harith or Roger. It's going to be Roger this time. Fireflux, they're not going to be picking up the Louis. So this could probably be Terizla Harith. Or Angela Terizla.
Oh.
Ooh.
So they want to go with the Angela this time.
Okay. I love it. In this scenario with no Valentina, no Faramis, you go Edith instead of the Terza. Makes a lot of sense.
So now having the Angela as well as the Edith here, does it make a lot of sense just for Fireflux to just pick up their, say, a Fredrin early so that they can actually pick up the tempo? Because again, that's their playstyle. The Turkish delight, right? Moving together as a team and then eventually pick up something. Actually, no. If they don't pick up the Moskov is definitely going to get banned.
Yeah. I think they're the third pick Moskov in this scenario. Or maybe just the Claude. Good combo with the Angela as well, right? And so is the Claude. So this is what? Terizla and Arlet perhaps for SRG? Or Cho. Oh, whoa!
Nolan.
Immediate Nolan.
I mean,
immediate Nolan.
I feel like we haven't seen Nolan in a while.
One of Sky's here, and yet, like we talked about, the Moskov gets picked up here, and so the general game plan for SRG, this is what they do when they have the Nolan and give Innocent the Roger, is that mid trio distraction. Actually, I should say mid duo distraction. Nolan farm like nobody's business.
Yeah.
Innocent waits for 2 items. After 2 items, Yums. get yourself low, get the enemy close to Innocent, and then Innocent is just gonna wipe them clean.
I think you ban Luyi now if you're Fireflux. Especially if you want to go utility jungler. The way I'm seeing Fireflux operate is that if they go Moskov, because it's very farm dependent, you pick up a utility jungler to go with it. Fredrin, for example, is going to be the case. Therese is also another option if they do want to pick that up. But I'm thinking of a bold claim here. If there's isn't an additional crowd control that will come from SRG, this might be the last picked Leomord now for Fireflux because it has Angela. So that's that's actually a combo. And Fireflux they have been known to pick that up, so could be an option here. That being said, though, I think you still ban the Fredrin if you're SRG.
Just cover that base.
Yeah, cover that base.
Again, because part of it too is interesting alpha.
Yeah.
Part of it too for Fireflux, there's a Luyi is also just kind of withstanding some of that burst with a Nolan.
That's right.
Even most likely Nolan will just go ahead and farm up majority of the time, and then like LaFell mentioned, then you let Innocent pop off on the Roger.
Yeah.
So going some utility might work Fredrin. Whereas like now I feel like Fredrin's kind of like, I don't know if a 50-50, but he's definitely not as tanky as before, but he still serves the purpose, especially with the lineup, especially with the fact that you have an Edith here for Fireflux. But I would actually like to see the Leomord.
Yeah, Leomord,
Make it a little exciting, you know?
That will be exciting. How about a Tigreal for Apex 47 or a Grok, actually? A Grok is probably the safest choice here. And then put the Edith.
Alice!
Okay, yeah, Alice Angel is also a combo.
Oh, I mean, like Apex 47 said, they've played against each other before the knockout stage, so they know the hidden strats.
Oh man, I want the Leomord or the Joy. That would be great, but don't pick the Joy.
Still open.
Yeah, Julian's great. Julian's great also.
Yep, there it is.
Julian.
Yep. Don't don't be too creative. Just go for the solid plays. Like it a lot. It makes a lot of sense actually.
You know what they say, right? Creativity kills the cat.
Creativity.
Yeah. There you go.
So cats are not creative.
Ooh.
They are
We're
when
just
they.
curious.
They do want to play the Kadita Johnson, right? SRG.
Oh,
do they?
That's a little too creative. I don't know about that one.
Okay.
I don't. I if they
It's
do,
an idea.
It's my turn.
If
Wolf?
they do,
No.
sure, but I don't know.
Matilda Barretts though. Oh no, they need the mid lane for that. Kadita and Barretts, I think.
Vexana's still open. I mean, it's not great against Julian. Kagura?
Farsa's great versus the Moskov.
Oh, Aurora.
Aurora. And
Aurora
Tigreal. All right.
There's a lot of lockdown.
Yeah.
With the implosion, with a frigid glacier.
Yeah.
You have a Ruby. SRG is. This is a lot. This is a lot to cover here for Fireflux.
I mean, again, they need a very strong mid duo just to create chaos and give time for Skies to just out farm.
Yeah. Having said, you pick up you probably pick up a very active XP laner like a Lapu or a. How about a Thams?
Now that I think about it, SRG's draft, this is the draft that they've been using in MPLMY to get 0 losses.
Yeah.
0 game losses. I'm not sure if they lost with this draft so far. So now Fireflux.
Okay, a CC maybe? For, they put the Edith in the roam, get the CC.
Yuzong.
All right, yeah.
That's
Makes a lot of sense.
Well, for the casters, you guys have seen the draft. SRG, I kind of feel like they've gotten a very comfortable draft here, but Fireflux, picking up the Julian, Yuzong, Moskov, as well as this Angela, there's a lot of potential, and this is an S-tier draft coming in from both teams. And with that being said, Leo as well as Gideon, it's your turn.
It's a fire sale between both of these teams, taking some of the best heroes in the meta as we know it right now. But with Julian and the way that Fireflux have designed this composition, they could potentially bait SRG into unfavorable fights.
Especially how on fire TNZ was on the Amon. This is just a more in-your-face type of mage that can burst down SRG. Can they take it down the wire? Can we see this series go 2-2? This is the right match. You just came in at the right time to find out.
Well, let's get right into it as we load into the land of Dawn. Sparks are going to fly between both of these teams. It's going to be SRG on the blue side up against Fireflux Esports on the red side. They're going to have mirrored starts for both of these junglers. But keep in mind, right, the early game, a lot of it is on the shoulders of the roamers to try and create the space and to set up these big plays.
That's right. SRG, Yums, FF, Apex 47. Something to note. Apex 47, he's well built to actually run himself into Innocent and Sekais. So he's only really worried about Stormy because that's where he kind of just stops dead in the ice. All puns intended.
All puns intended, of course. Let's look at the emblems to see if there's anything interesting here. It looks like it's going to be Common Emblem into Master Assassin for both of the gold laners. So it's going to be pretty stale for them considering how they've been playing the game thus far. But really, we're looking at, as LaFell mentioned, the mid-trios of both teams, right? They're going to be going back and forth. And I want to see how creative Fireflux Esports are going to be against SRG to maybe bait them into a full combo by TNZ, or maybe we could see the big setup from Apex 47.
More than creativity, I'm looking forward to SRG's execution. They have to be very succinct. They have to be very sick guys going in, trying to steal away that small camp, and they jump onto him. Again, execution. It has to be on point. All of these flickers is essentially what made me say, hey, they have to be very careful. But no, even their vision, how did they not see that?
They didn't spot out Apex 47 walking into the tri-brush of blue side, and immediately they were making the call. And even Rosa flickering forward just to guarantee Puppet on a String to slow them down, to get the chain CC. No matter what, there was going to be a kill. But at this point, it just means that SRG aren't going to be contesting for this very first turtle.
And that was possibly worst case scenario, right? An assassin jungler gets drawn first blood on with relatively low stakes, and TNZ didn't even need to use Retribution. That means he can speed up his jungling rotation from elsewhere.
At this point of time, I would imagine if Fireflux wanted to contest for the purple buff, it is a possibility, but they need to take their time with this, right? They also understand that they need time to scale, and really the person who wants to push the agenda is Alien and Apex 47. Everybody else kind of has to wait for those two to really do something.
Talking about Alien, this is a classic Yu Zhong. He's been playing this hero ever since we were introduced to him back in M3.
Yeah, years actually. Years of gameplay from this guy. And now we look at the items and we see, honestly, not much of a difference here for the most part of it, right? The only person who got the kill was TNC, and he wants to scale up fast.
Oh, look at this. An early Thunderbelt on Innocent. Like, I don't even need boots, man.
Doesn't need it. So that kind of explains why he doesn't proactively trade against Sunshine. But once again, another fight. Oh!
Nice! The implosion onto Yums, the Hearthguard, the answer, trying to save TNZ, and he will walk away scot-free. Down goes the Kais. Yums, despite the amazing setup, does not have much follow-through. Fireflux still gets a kill on the way out. Sekais falls again.
Honestly, unfortunate for Sekais. Yums tried to set up the not today kid moment, but no, great response. And not to forget the SOD coming in from Sunshine. The assist is always appreciated.
And because of that, it was a free rotation. He's able to just go back and pressure Innocent even more. Now Innocent showing a little bit of teeth, trying to stop Sunshine from pushing in, trying to take the waves as quickly. Wow, because of the rotations and because of the previous 2 kills on Sekais, Fireflux Esports now about 1,000 ahead.
And I mean, that's great, right? Being 1,000 ahead, but a majority of it is on this Julian, I would assume, and I would hope that it continues to snowball out of control for them, right? But that's under the assumption that it keeps going, all these interactions go in their favor. And until we see TNZ actually get that Holy Crystal, maybe even the Blood Wings, we don't know just yet, but we'll find out because that's Black Dragon form from Alien.
That's an early ult coming in. Now he's in Dragonoid form. One more implosion from Yums. There's a lot of damage though, forcing out a passive pop from Stormy. Sekai stealing it from underneath. Fireflux Esports knows. And now Alien down at fifth of his health, healed up by Rose's Love Waves, but just the same, Selangor Red Giants able to breathe here, walking away with a major objective that they had no business taking.
Yeah, really no business taking, honestly. And even from maybe there is a lot of similarities between Gold and EXP laners. No boots coming in from Alien, just to rush down this War Axe. But now, as we start transitioning from early towards that mid game, you just notice that SRG, they're getting a little bit more proactive on their trades. The way that they're approaching these fights, trying to sneak as many objectives as they can, but more importantly, Innocent knows that he can win this matchup now.
Oh, Alien gets checked in for the Hearthguard, cancelled there by Rosa. There's a turtle coming up in about a minute. I guess SRG now understand the tempo Fireflux is playing at. Like, nothing comes for free. Nothing comes as easy anymore compared to the first 5 minutes. Oh, the Flicker Implosion underneath Tier 1. Shoving them out through the ult from Stormy. And now they shut down TNZ. Double kill for Innocent. Alien a little too late to save the show.
But at least he saves the Tier 1. What a combination! Yums just walks up, Flicker Implosion. Let's look at the replay one more time, because once we see the pushback from Yums straight into the Glacier, there's just nothing you can do.
It was a Euro step. Like, forward and to the side. Forward and to the side. That was amazing.
Look at that. Oveki even freaking out. Is like, yes, that was a huge combination. And Apex 47, to a certain degree, he's probably thinking, oh man, I might have let that happen.
I can't believe he got me like that.
Right?
In Turkish.
In Turkish. But man, let's look at the goal difference right now, and we're starting to see slight differentials here and there. Jungle, in terms of jungle gold, we see that TNZ is on top. But in every other lane, we see a slight lead in favor of SRG.
And that's slowly going to equalize. Slowly but surely you're going to see that, again, SRG now approaching a 2K gold lead. It won't matter that TNZ currently has a Holy Crystal. It won't matter that TNZ started with such a hot streak. Because eventually, if you shut down that Julian or you block him from what he needs to do, and you pop Alien early, you pop Rosa early, you pop Sunshine early, he'll be left alone. There's very little he can do by himself, especially from an honest angle when you see him coming.
For sure, for sure. That's why Yums is kind of like running at him and running at the Julian. It's like, come on, try me one more time. Do something about it. Comes the Black Dragon form, though.
And that is Alien running himself into 3. Popping the ult, the Purify ahead here. Still on Sunshine. He's good. Alien gets taken down. I hate to say it, but I did. And because of that, Sunshine's not even thinking of the SODs. Like, that's a lost cause in mid.
The Frigid Breath is just, it's so good, right? It forces everybody to just back away. Wait, hold on. Cram? Hey, is
he trying to steal it? I'm offended. Pulling them in. TNZ gets the ult on him, looking to take advantage of all these low HP members of SRG. Double kill for Sunshine. And they're going to keep going. Apex 47 traded out already. Could have gotten even more, but again, beggars can't be choosers. Fireflux Esports was fighting for their buff, fighting for their lives inside their own jungle.
Let's look at the replay one more time here, because again, so very close. The combo was clean. The hand slice was so very good, chunking out every single member of SRG's side. They should have been able to walk away with more kills, but this Aurora is just stopping them, just gatekeeping them from getting more.
Yeah, and I understand how TNZ did not force the issue, because again, his team has already suffered a lot in the past 3 or 4 minutes, so he doesn't want to be another member that they have to worry about. And he's a core here. If I'm not mistaken, Rosa's now taking the backseat. It's now all about TNZ and Sunshine. They're the ones who need to fly.
Well, let's see, because now the Tier 1 turrets are starting to fall here. And tempo falling into the hands of SRG is a dangerous thing for both. If I learned anything from this game, tempo is so important for both of these teams.
Yeah, tempo and momentum. Especially he can break it down. Apex 47, despite getting the ult in, gets popped by Sekai's Heart Guard and ult on the Alien, knocking him up. The tail whip, able to keep Innocent down, but not stop the implosion coming in from Yums. He gets popped by Rosa. Just the same, Sunshine trying to protect himself from Cram in the front lines, though Alien still going, gets a double melt, Stormy down, and Cram, can he save himself? Can he get out of here? The answer is no, not around 3 members of Fireflux Esports, and this puts the Turkish in such a great position to just burst down the Lord.
And now the momentum falls back into the side of Fireflux Esports. They can recover so much off of this first Lord alone. The combination of Black Dragon form as well as the Heart Guard just being so devastating. And I think that Selangor Red Giants, they got to be be real careful, right? Their battle spells is such a valuable resource. They cannot just keep forcing it. If they haven't learned anything from the previous games, Fireflux always bounces back.
All right, because of that shutdown on Innocent, suddenly the gold lead has swung back. There's about 2,000 ahead for Fireflux Esports. And what does that translate into on items? Well, number one, everyone is mostly ahead, right? Except for Sunshine and Innocent. Like you said, Innocent started hot. But Sunshine not dying yet, and about, what is that, 30 seconds away from Purify? Fireflux can just time that well alongside this Lord to maybe even start knocking down Holy Shields.
Yep. I mean, that's why they're doing this slow push. SRG, of course, they're prioritizing the mid-tier ones, but I don't think they recognize that that Fireflux are just taking their time with this nice and slow. They don't really need these outer turrets. They just need SRG to be caught slacking.
Yep, and trapped inside their own base. Deny them the resources in their own jungle. Lord makes contact with that tier 2 in mid. Sekai's cutting the waves, proxying it down bottom. And that is tier 1 cut through. And the flicker onward or shatter combo. Forcing Cram to back out of there. Flickering backwards. Stormy in trouble. Alien gets him. That is a dangerous dragon moving through the back lines, popping that tier 2 up top. And with that, all that stands are these Holy Shields and that tier 2 in bot.
That's a lot of momentum generated by Fireflux Esports off of one singular Lord. But now, so guys, he's on the run. And I think they made the smart choice by sending him over to split push to be able to just focus on 2 lanes. It's a 4v5 situation, and it's not much if Sakai's was around. It's not like he can engage anyways.
Yeah, and he did what he did to save that tier 2 down bottom, which might be the last bastion for Innocent to try and get some farm. And now he's in trouble. Oh, wow! Despite his... Oh! The shot got him on his way away.
The shot got him on his way down. I thought Alien for a moment had a war cry with how much damage that he was pulling out there.
Look at
the
it.
Replay one more time. Because that really beamed him down, right? You see him get hit by the onwards. The proc happens here, and it's already too late.
And the projectile for the shot didn't even really show because it was right on his tail. And now Cram is in trouble. Apex 47 taken out. Oh, the wrath of that turret. Holy Shield still standing. Keeps Selangor Red Giants base alive. Fireflux Esports out of there.
All right. So now the back and forth continues on between these two teams. 7-10, but SRG are pushed all the way into their inhibitor turrets. It can be a little dangerous. Wait, conceal play coming out here. Who are they looking for exactly? What is the call? As they make their way towards the bottom side, maybe they were looking to catch the Moscow, but they have no idea where he is.
I guess they were just willing to throw it out there because there was no other play in the near future. In the next 60 to 90 seconds, if they were willing to, you know, put it on the line and say, conceal into whatever we bump into, maybe that's what it was. They knew that Lord was going to come through.
And it's a bit of a coin flip, but I would have preferred if they just held on to the conceal for when they want to actually approach this Lord.
Yep.
Again,
Oh, Apex 47 face checking right there.
Oh.
The Heart Guard gets the onward, finds Cram, SOD on the Stormy. Sunshine repositions. Oh, that's the implosion from Zooms. And now they try to stay in. The tail whip coming through. The ult from Apex 47 spent up. That's a lot of resources, both for the offense and the defensive retreat.
yeah, but I think that SRG lost a little more here.
Uh-oh. Cram with the I'm offended, forcing Sunshine to get that Purify out of there. And I'll agree with you, but I need to see some conversion. I want to know eventually where this lands, both of these teams.
Man. Honestly, it's between Cram and Apex 47 who are just generating these plays, right? Like, Apex 47 is already difficult to kill, and he's almost on his way to an Athena shield. Arguably could even go for the Radiant armor, and I think at that point, it's going to be really tough to play. But at the same time, right?
Oh, no.
Oh,
You talked about Apex. All right, he's still alive.
Heart Guard as well? Oh!
Here we go. The front lines brought itself to your face. That's Alien versus 2 or 3 members. And all this while, it was just to keep Selangor Giants out of there. Sekai's looking for the angle, looking for the steal, the front line. Oh, Innocent takes out Rosa. Yanzi secures the Lord. And now the fight continues. Sunshine's about to get clapped here. Down he goes. 3 for none. Fireflux get the Lord, but SRG walk away with 3.
How do these players keep track of what is going on? They were doing multiple things at the same time. Juggling for the potential Lord, having that team fight, trying to zone people at the same time, while having a completely different agenda halfway across the map.
Cooking some eggs, why not?
Yeah.
This Lord spawning is not going to help much. They are going to take this inhibitor, and they are going to melt it down. There's a huge wave up top. add to that long list is managing the waves to ensure that there's permanent damage dealt to Fireflux Esports base.
I think they gotta call it quits here, right? They can't keep on doing this. That bot side is going to start crashing soon, and here comes the Black Dragon form as well.
Apex 47 keeping a tab on a cram. The SOD hits, the knock up, the tail, the hard guard. They keep going. Stormy goes down. Cram gets a few hits on him. Oh, Fireflux Esports, the backline is a little too slow. Yum gets the implosion in, makes it last a little longer. Kenzie takes down Cram, 2 for none. 3 for none, Alien takes down Yums. Innocent running from Alien. Innocent running from Alien. Another hard guard coming through. Can he get him with the love waves? Can he get him with the puppet on the strings? Sakai's on another part of the map completely. Innocent jumping through, but Rosa gets the puppet on the strings, and down goes Innocent, but only for a second longer lasting. Kenzie secures the kill. 4 for none.
I think it's 5 because they bought so much time that Stormy is back up. Yum's in 8, Crab in 5.
All right, Stormy in the back line here, forced out of there, cannot defend against this push. Bottom lane penetrated by Fireflux Esports.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I would have loved to see this for a grand finals match because this is high octane action here as both teams refusing to give up. I think that SRG earlier probably should have made the call to just give it up. Give it up. Top wave was already about to be cleared. There was a huge Lord and Power wave down on bot side at the same time. They should have known that the death timers are coming up and they're going to get chased down. But right now, Alien as well as Apex 47 making one hell of an argument for MVP of this game.
That's what makes this series and every game in it so far so entertaining. Oh, wait. Get the winner crown on here, plus the hard guard. Put in Kenzie. Oh, very close to death. Still alive, though. Gets popped in here. Innocent with the shutdown. So much spent just to keep him alive, only for him to die.
All right, there comes the reset once more.
Apex with the flicker in, no one home. All right, Fireflux Esports says, okay, not good. We got to regroup.
Yeah, I mean, the worst part in these types of very close series is losing your cool. You got to have a very calm demeanor, especially when multiple things are happening at the same time.
Keep it together, keep it together, keep it together.
Keep it together, man. And I think that Fireflux right now, especially for Apex 47, he realizes the weight that he is holding, creating these plays, creating the space.
Yep, he's a one-man initiation machine, and now that he's about a minute and a half away from his flicker, everything comes honest, everything comes right at your face, and he walks in that bush, forces a response. Sekai secures the Lord. Alien going hunting alongside Rosa. They do find the backline, forcing an implosion on the Yums. No one home. I mean, they're happy with that. No one died. The Lord spawns through mid. I mean, at least you know the solution. You know what you got to deal with. Defend first, and then start from neutral.
Absolutely. And I think that SRG, at the very least, they had a wave pushing from that mid lane, something that Fireflux Esports was caught, well, unfortunately, slacking here as soon as they heard that the Lord was getting blitzed down. But here we go. This could be the beginning of the end here for both of these teams.
All right, massive wave in mid. Another one up top. Stormy flickering on forward, popping the ult, and they're all set in place. Sunshine working on the Lord, SRG on the rest of Fireflux Esports, and Fireflux send them out. Sekai is with an immortality at about a 10th of his health. Yum's taken down by Sunshine. Stormy in trouble. Proc in that passive, gets hit by the tail whip on the back end. 360 dragon move by Alien, and now Cram gets hit by the puppet on the string. Not stop and taken down. Alien on a double kill.
And now they've got a wave down mid as well as bottom side as well. Sakai's will secure his purple buff, but at this point of time, Fireflux may have an angle to end this game, and you can see them rushing for at least an inhibitor.
It's almost unnecessary, but that's all he could have done to at least stand a chance in defending. Fireflux Esports pushing through mid, pushing through top, and there's only 2 of them here. Mid lane gonna go down, pushing forward. Oh, I can't find the words because we're about to go to game 5. Sakai's taken down. There's a wave. Yum's looking to push it out of here, but it's not gonna happen. 2-2. The Turkish take us to 2-2. We're going to game 5.
It's a